Oh, yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the KillJoy Jake stream. I'm your host, as always, Ted. That's my name. I'm the stand-in. for Jake today. My name is Ted. Welcome. I just got this job. I'm making a cool $9.50 an hour. What's up, Aiden? What's going on, Adrian? What's up? How's it going, man? I wish the copycat killer doesn't become the next Michael. I hope not either. That would suck balls. Michael Myers is here. Speaking of which, welcome to the stream, Michael. Welcome. How's he hanging? How's it hanging, Mr. Mike? I also want to say this just real quick. We had some jerks in the old Lethal Collective stream, so please, no spoilers. Friends, no spoilers. Please, no. I know some people have seen it, and that's exciting. I know we all want to talk about it, but I have not seen it yet, and I would appreciate you guys not spoiling it. That'd be awesome. Kane is here talking about how awesome Barbarian was. Hell yeah, baby. Ooh. Speaking of a movie you don't want to spoil, Barbarian was badass. I highly recommend seeing that one in the theaters. Maybe the best horror movie of the year, in my opinion. Really liked it. Omar is here saying Corey versus Michael. Who's winning? Ooh. I think Michael wins that fight all day. I think Michael's going to kick the shit out of him, I'm going to be honest. Howdy, hey. What's up? We're going to talk about that in a second, Extron. I just want to say hello to some people, all you wonderful people. What's up? John Smith, what's up? How's it going? Welcome. Looking forward to seeing the new film, says Stuart. Hell yeah. Good stuff. Jordy's here too. What's up, Jordy? How's it hanging? Locked is saying already on the way to 13K. Hell yeah, baby. Ooh, thank you guys so much for getting me almost there. I appreciate it. Thank you. Good stuff. Dark Moon Films is here. Hello, people of the stream. Welcome. We're going to get into a Halloween Ends update here in just a sec. I just like saying hi to people, especially my channel members here. Jason Dyer, what's going on, man? How's it hanging? Please do yourself a favor and check out past KillJoy Jake videos. Make sure on these videos, hit the thumbs up and please leave a comment. They're so much fun. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate that, man. That means a whole lot. I also want to just real quickly thank some of my awesome channel members. You guys are the best, and you guys are the reason I can keep doing all of this silly shit all the time. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much to all my Ghostface tier patrons here and here. You guys are the best. I appreciate it. You might not see your name here. I still have not updated these for September patrons. I know I do have some new people. I thank all of you, though. You guys are the best. I appreciate it a whole lot. Jason tier patrons as well. Thank you guys for your support this month. Thank you. And if you're new here and you're a Jason tier supporter, you're getting a little special something tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait for you guys to see that. Good stuff. And Freddy tier patrons, Bob Hunt from Hunting for Entertainment, and Chrissy Blackwell. Thank you guys for your support this month. I appreciate it. So getting into the KillJoy Jake music there. Ooh, there we go. Let's crank that up just a little tiny bit. There we go. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get that no spoilers there. Okay, good stuff. Oh, all right. Let's talk some stuff. Talk about some pictures we just got. So I covered a few things in my video today talking about Halloween Ends, but I did want to go a little more in depth, answer any questions you may have about this stuff. We have some brand new photos as well as some quotes from David Gordon Green and Jamie Lee Curtis, which is some pretty interesting shit. I feel like maybe they revealed a bit too much. I kind of talked about that in the video. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of wish they would have just taken a step back on some of that stuff, but we'll get into that in a second here. We got a super chat from Slashing It with Matt. Matt, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Barbarian was great. I agree, Jake. #1 horror film so far. Ooh, yeah. I agree, man. It's going to be tough to top that. I'm going to be honest. Hoping Halloween Ends takes the #1 spot, though. We shall see. I hope so, too, Matt. And thank you for the $5, man. I appreciate the support. I'm very excited for Halloween Ends. Can't wait for it. Got the Halloween safety shirt covered in crumbs from from earlier today, but that's okay. You know, sometimes you got to be a pig. That's all right. Talking a little bit about some of this stuff though. We got some brand new photos. Got Mr. Michael here just hanging out. He's fucking vibing in what I'm assuming is Lori's house, maybe. Possibly. I kind of looked at his left hand. It looks like he might be missing some fingers on that. It's really tough to tell though. So I do think that this is Michael though. We can see the mold on the side of his mask and all that. If this was like fake Corey doing a fake out or something, I don't know. I just don't. I don't think so. Not in this photo at least. Maybe not in this photo either because we see once again Michael coming after Lori and Lori just looks terrified. So I mean, listen, I'd be freaking out too if I was knocking down my goose magnets in the back there. Oh my God. Something I will note about this picture in specific, though, is there you can see some daylight coming out from the window to the left there, and you can actually see like natural light just hitting that backsplash there in the kitchen. This is an interesting scene. I got some theories on it. We'll talk about that in a sec. And this is our final photo revealed, giving us a badass shot of Michael as if he was in a boy band or something. Somebody called them Merkins, am I right? But yes, Jason also throwing $2 in there. Jason, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ted, hope your first day is a good one. Welcome. Thank you. I feel like I'm doing okay so far. It's day one at KillJoy Jake, so good stuff. Jason, thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Juliana Smiler is here. What's up? Happy Monday, Jake. Any thoughts about the interview with the vampire show? Yeah, some interesting stuff there. I haven't done too much research into this, but I almost was thinking about doing a video on that, or what the heck's going on with that. They're just remaking everything. Everything's getting a reboot these days, which I think is interesting. I don't know if Interview with a Vampire needs a show, but I hope it's good regardless. I really like that. That's one of my really good movie, really good vampire movie. I don't know if I want to say it's one of my favorites, but it is good. I do really enjoy it a lot, and I will absolutely check this out. I hope it's good. I just get a little wary when it comes to TV shows based on horror movies. Some of them are not great. Some of them are fantastic, like Ash vs. Evil Dead, but then you have the I Know What You Did Last Summer TV shows, and those are just okay. And unfortunately, those are the majority. But I hope that one's badass. Like I said, I don't really know too much about it yet, so let me do some research and I'll get back to you on that one. But regardless, Juliana, I hope you guys had a fun weekend this past weekend. We had a little fun cookout. It was nice. It was good times. Good times were had. I threw up because I ate a habanero pepper. So, good times. Good times. But how are we feeling about, and yes, Kane brings up a good point here. Maybe it's Halloween morning, or instead November 1st, when Michael comes and attacks. Oh! So this is the theory I posed in my video today, where I'm kind of talking about this. As we can see here, the light is coming out from that left side window there. So I'm curious as to maybe, because and the reason I'm thinking this is like the next morning after they fight Michael on Halloween is because we already see Laurie with a bunch of cuts, and she looks like really battle weary, like she's been going through the motions, taking down Michael. And maybe she thought she killed him. But oh no, there's a twist, my friends. He's back. He's back, and he wants to fuck some shit up, essentially. So, this is what might happen to Laurie. I'm starting to think that might be the case. I'm starting to think Laurie doesn't have long for this world, but we'll have to see. Regardless, I'm super excited. I can't wait. Mr. Rick is saying, hot take, I really enjoyed I Know What You Did Last Summer TV show, but I'm probably the only one. Hey, listen, no diss there, Mr. Rick. If you enjoyed something, that's badass. It just wasn't personally for me. I feel like they took it in a kind of a whack direction. Was hoping that it would be less euphoria and more horror, I guess, which was just kind of an odd direction for it to take. That's just my opinion. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I am. That's awesome. I think the daylight photo is a nightmare scene would be cool too. Maybe Laurie having like a just a nightmare about Michael or something. That could be fun, and we could actually play into some surreal stuff there too. Have like just weird fucking visuals, trippy shit going on. I wouldn't be down. I would be down for that. I think that wouldn't be too crazy to ask. It could almost feel like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but in a good way. Listen, I promise that movie's. Listen, I'm a defender of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 all day. I think that first one is trash. But that second movie, something's to it, man. There's something to it. I love I really love the visuals in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So if they wanted to play into that a little bit, okay, hey, for some dream sequences. I know some people hear dream sequences in a Halloween movie and they bolt the other way. They're like, no, none of that. No more of that Rob Zombie stuff messing with my John Carpenter stuff. Don't get your peanut butter in my chocolate. That's how some people feel about it. And I respect it. I get it. But I've really come around to Halloween 2, man. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, it hits different sometimes. Just got to be in the right mindset, I guess. I would love for the leaks to be slightly wrong. Seems like everything in the film is leaked these days. Mr. L, I do want to say, yeah, there's some people reporting on leaks, and I just don't know how I feel about that, because I just think that ruins a movie. So if you're I would recommend not looking into leaks. I know there are some YouTube channels out there that are already reporting on them and made videos about them today. Yeah, I'm not trying to start anything, but what the fuck. Don't be looking up spoilers. And hey, just so you know, this is a spoiler-free environment. No spoilers here. None of that happening. So please, don't bring that here. That's if you want to talk spoilers and you don't care about that kind of thing, cool. But I do care about that kind of thing. Don't want a movie spoiled before I see it. That takes all the enjoyment out of it for me. So you will get immediately blocked, as this thing going down the screen says right now. So please, none of that. Don't be doing that. Because like I say about every movie that comes out, essentially, If you want to know anything about a movie before it comes out, like especially this close to a release, you can find it on the internet. You can. And I'm just not the kind of person who wants to report on that. That just ruins all the fun there. So don't do that. Don't be doing that. Don't be bringing that here. I will only report on stuff that is public knowledge at this point. So please none of that. Please, no more of that. I would appreciate that. Hell yeah. After all this nonsense, I've decided to watch Ends on Peacock. It's time to put the boogeyman to bed. Really so cringy and hyperbolic. Apollo, here's what I'll say to that, though. Do you remember during Halloween Kills, like, they did the same thing with the trailer? Like, in that first... I can't remember if it's the first one or not, actually. But there's one of the Halloween Kills trailer. It's like, he's the essence of evil. You have Laurie giving these really over-dramatic lines. It's just trailer stuff. That's not gonna be in the movie. I would guarantee... They did the same thing with the last one. They're not gonna do that here. I do agree, though, that was pretty cringe, not so based, as they say. And yeah, I don't think that's going to be in the movie. But like I said, same thing with Halloween. They did the same thing with Halloween Kills, and we were all saying the same thing then. But then some of us liked Halloween Kills. Some of us didn't, and that's fine. I get it. It's not for everybody, but that's my thoughts. Michael Parton throwing $5 in there. Michael, thank you so much, and thank you for being a channel member. I appreciate that. Saying, do you think they can continue The Exorcist without Linda Blair as Reagan? She is very important to the franchise and the film's legacy. Well, this is interesting because I had never really seen The Exorcist 2. Like, I'd seen the other movies in the franchise, but 2 was kind of a fuzzy spot for me. I watched it last night. I watched half of it, and I turned it off. I mean, it is a tough movie to get through. Not a whole lot happens. There's like one really cool scene in the first 45 minutes, and that's about it. I think that maybe they need to get away from the Reagan character and do something else if they're going to continue the story. I'm personally not someone for a continuation of The Exorcist. It's not really it never needed to be a franchise, I don't think, personally. But I do think it's a little weird that they never reached out to Linda Blair for this new movie. Like, that to me just feels like a middle finger. And I hope they do if they haven't yet. I know principal photography is probably ramping up sometime soon. I think I remember reading that it was going to start in January and that Ellen Burstyn's shots were already done and in the can. So what's up with that? I don't know. That's a little weird to me. I hope they at least contacted Linda Blair. I just feel like it would be disrespectful otherwise to at least have a cameo. Ellen Burstyn's in it, so come on. Like, if they contact Linda Blair, she doesn't want to do it, cool, fine, it's all right, whatever. But be respectful to the people that made this thing so special back in 1973. Don't just throw them to the wayside. And listen, plenty of horror movie remakes, I should say, have done that. And, well, those resulted in movies like Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. And what a fucking great film that is. I have no problem shitting on that. Sorry. Like, man, they were disrespectful to Wes Craven. You don't do that shit, man. You don't disrespect the master of horror like that. Michael, thanks for the $5, though. I appreciate it. Thank you. Did you see the callback in the paper hanging on the fridge with the truck in the... Oh, yes. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, let's pull that up real quick. Yeah, it's somebody's garage, which is like a... something. Fuck. It's a callback to something. Yeah, the Phelps garage. I can't remember is that a callback to like 4 or what? Like, is that the garage in the first movie? I can't remember, but I do remember seeing, like, that looked really familiar to me. I didn't comment on it in my video, but it did look like, I was like, that's something. I don't know what, but it's something. That's absolutely something. If it was another Rabbit and Red Rabbit reference, whatever the fuck, I would have been like, okay, y'all gotta relax with those. We've gotten plenty of those references in these past couple of movies, so. It is from 4. I'm sure. Gotcha. Hell yeah. I couldn't remember if it was... I thought it was 4, but I was like, wasn't confident on that. Couldn't remember. Freddy's Dead was actually better. Yes, okay, but I'm of the fucked up opinion that I love Freddy's Dead. It's just a so bad. It's one of the best so bad it's good movies in my opinion. Oh God, I could watch that movie a million times. It's so bad, but it's so good. So Mr. L is saying, my question is why Michael wants to fight Laurie Strode again. We've established that he isn't playing favorites with her. Well, my answer to this, because yes, that 100% I totally agree. I don't think he's interested in Laurie. He's not going after her, and the Halloween Kills made it very unbelievably crystal clear that he's not going after Laurie. Like, he just wants to go home. He wants to stare into his window. And he wants to fucking vibe. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to kill. He wants to go home. That's all he wants. That's all Michael wants. Leave him alone. Leave the boy alone. No, I'm kidding. He's a serial killer. He should be stopped. But I think what's interesting about the Corey Cunningham thing is so many people are freaking out. So many people are just expecting the worst from it. I genuinely think this is just a catalyst to get these two in the same room together, because Michael will kill Laurie if they're in the same room together, because Michael does want to kill people. Yeah, but I don't know. That's just my thinking. That's why I feel like Corey Cunningham is even attached to this story. We have to have something that gets the two together. That's what I'm assuming is going to be the answer to the question. Why else write Corey Cunningham in? I don't think he's going to be this imposter Michael that just kills instead of Michael Myers. That a lot of people are blowing that out of proportion, I think. So I feel like it's all going to make sense when we see the film. So Michael is saying, I have high hopes for Halloween Ends. I think it could set up a new story to make a few more. I fucking love you streams from the UK again. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm off to see Barbarian this week. Ooh, Michael, enjoy Barbarian. I fucking loved that. I was unbelievably impressed. My jaw was on the ground the entire fucking time. I had a nightmare afterwards, which that has not happened to me since I saw Hereditary. So I fucking loved it. Barbarian might be my favorite horror movie of the 2020s so far. I gotta be honest. I have not been that impressed by a film in a couple years. So damn. Everything Everywhere All at Once actually was like the same way, like jaw drop. I was like, I couldn't believe that was so good. And Barbarian, I think, did the same. I was like, fuck, dude, that was insane. So, no, really, really happy with Barbarian. It's going to be tough to top that. I don't think anything is. Like, I think Barbarian will definitely be my number one. So, I'm excited. Yes, and Phelps Garage is in 4, the logo on the truck in part 1 where he kills, and that's in part 1 too. Oh, okay. That's the logo on the truck. I gotcha. Okay. Mechanic for his coverall and boots. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. James was talking a little bit about It Comes at Night on our Lethal Collective stream earlier. Maybe I need to watch it again. I need to watch It Comes at Night again. I liked it. Just wasn't blown away by it. Wasn't like super impressive to me. I thought it was cool. I get what it was trying to say. It was cool. It was all right. I dug it. A24 always puts out some good stuff. So Dark Moon's talking about Bride of Chucky. Rude fucking doll. I love that. I love Bride of Chucky is probably one of my favorites in that entire franchise. Not to get too off topic, but man, Bride of Chucky's a lot of fun. I love how silly and goofy it is. I love the Tiffany is what makes that film so special. Like, I think if you don't have Jennifer Tilly in that franchise, I don't see it going past 3 movies. But she really reinvigorated some life into that fucking franchise, dude. Man, she's amazing in that. And in Seed. And she's great in Seed, too. I know that movie gets some shit, but man, Jennifer Tilly's fantastic in both of those movies. I don't know. She is a massive standout to me for both of those. Good stuff. John's starting to worry just a little bit about Halloween Ends. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about it, honestly. I'm not expecting this to be a masterpiece. I know a lot of people are kind of like, whatever about it. It seems like it's going to be kind of whack. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fun. I'm not expecting it to be better than Halloween 2018, which is still like one of the best Halloween films in my opinion. I'm expecting it to be good though. I think it's cool that the mask design is different. I've seen some people say they don't like the mold on the mask, but I dig it. I think it's cool. It's almost like it almost makes me think that you're going to have like a mask sitting on the fucking, like in the sewer drain or something for a long time. All this water's rushing past it. That's where white mold grows, in wet, moist areas. Some people don't like that word, but there you go. Had to throw it out there. So I think it's cool. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be cool. Am I excited? Like, some people are expecting a masterpiece from this, but I don't know. I disagree. I don't think it's going to be a masterpiece, but is it going to be like maybe an 8 out of 10? Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Not to get off topic, but Jeepers Creepers Reborn comes out in a couple days. We're not a couple days. We're a week from the release, my dude. Saying, what do you expect? I'm expecting it to be okay. I'm seeing it Monday. If it does come out earlier though, maybe I'm just not aware. But I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be cool. The biggest thing for me is I saw that original, like the first 2 movies when I was a very young kid, when obviously I had no idea anything about Victor Salva or nothing about that. I just thought those movies were really cool when I was young. And this is a continuation to a cliffhanger that we haven't gotten continued since 2003, man. Like, I need to see this movie, even if it's trash, which a lot of people are speculating. I don't love the creeper design. I think they did not take enough time and effort to recreate the creeper perfectly, which makes me a little sad. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be cool, and I'm just excited to see that continuation past 2. See 23 years later what happens with the creeper. What's he going to do? And I will absolutely have a review of it on my page. I hope it's good, though. T. Parker Evans is here. What's up, T. Parker? Welcome to the streams. Always coming into the streams and hanging out with us. We appreciate that. Saying, what's up? Early reviews overhyped Barbarian for me. It was great, but it didn't blow me. I disagree, man. I don't know. That blew my mind. I also went in, well, you might have gotten some stuff spoiled for you too. So if you read a bunch of reviews, yeah, that's why we don't spoil movies. You know, don't spoil movies for yourself. I urged people to go into that blind because, wow, I went into it blind and it was insane. So good stuff, really good stuff. I was, wow. I haven't been that impressed with the movie since Hereditary. And that's one of my all-time favorite horror films. I've seen Barbarian twice, and I plan on going to see it again sometime this week if I have time. Maybe I might actually do a double feature with Pearl this Thursday. So I'm gonna be honest, that's how impressed I was by that film. Black Phone didn't do it for me. I don't know. I liked Black Phone, but it was just okay. Michael Parton with the $5 super chat. Michael, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. There are several video games that would make great horror films. A Silent Hill reboot. You're talking right up my alley there, Michael. We need a third Silent Hill film so bad. I love both of the movies. Some people shit on the second one, but it's just, maybe it's the nostalgia talking, but I love that second Silent Hill a lot. Saw it when it came out. It scared the fuck out of me. I loved it. I've never played Fatal Frame or Clock Tower, but I have played Amnesia, Outlast, and Evil Within. Those are really fun games. I've never even heard of Fatal Frame or Clock Tower, but absolutely some more Silent Hill movies. Get that going. I love the aesthetic of the second Silent Hill. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but like the scares in that are fucked up. The plot might be generic as fuck. I'll take that. But man, that second movie's a lot of fun. I don't know. I fuck with it, man. I fuck with it. Jason Dyer coming in, throwing $2. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Chances Moyer, I can't even read that without laughing. Chances Myers eats a moist rat and ends. Oh, Jason, you know nothing would bring me more joy. I have an itch right in the middle of my back. Oh, I'm starting to turn into an old man. I'm turning 24 in a couple of days here. It's crazy. I'm going to be 24 in like 12 days. It's nuts stuff. Man, listen, I'll tell you what, nothing would bring me more joy. Nothing would bring me more joy than for Michael Myers to bite into a rat, see his disgusting black and yellow teeth just gnaw right into a fucking rat, and it just like, it just goes like that right as its like spine is being ripped out. How gross is that? I'm disgusting. I'm disgusting, I know. But tell me that wouldn't be kind of fucked up. I would kill to see that. I think that'd be dope. What else do we got here? Do you write scripts for your videos or do you just wing it? I write so I write like outlines, not like word for word scripts. I kind of write down like everything where I'm like, oh, this is something I want to talk about. And here's a little comment on that, Like my Halloween video today, I had like, sometimes it's typically like 1 or 2 pages. So this is my Halloween Ends video from the other day where I was talking about like Jeepers Creepers Reborn and stuff. You can't really see much of that, but essentially it just says like Jeepers Creepers Reborn. This is all the comments I wanted to make about that, the total film cover, and I talked about the Access Hollywood interview. So I like have just a bunch of bullet points there and all that. It's essentially just an outline, and then I kind of just like all the jokes and stuff, I just kind of make those up on the spot essentially. But I will like take little notes when I'm editing, be like, oh, hey, this was a cool point to put a card. Like I talked about another video I just made. So, and I see Craven's in the chat. Craven, something scary's here. What's up? I can't find your first comment, my dude, but hey, bro, what's up, dog? What's up? How's it hanging? Craven saying hey to everybody. Give Craven a big ol' shout. Give him a big ol' hey. Give Craven a big ol' what's up. Jason Dyer throwing $2 in there again. Jason, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Pick one. Myers eats a rat or alligator. Okay, well, listen, man. The alligator requel needs to happen because it's the most underrated B movie of all time. So I can't really argue with. I mean, listen, that's where all my money is. I would love to see Michael Myers eat a rat, but you can't have your cake and eat it too. Give me that alligator requel, baby. Listen, if you guys have not, I did a video on Alligator for my patrons. I did it for my Ghostface patrons. Check out that video. It's very funny. It's great. I've never been so blown away by a movie that like just I've never heard of. I'm like, this is a fucking masterpiece. What? I was not expecting that from a movie called Alligator. Like, I was expecting the silly B movie from the 80s. Oh, 1980 Alligator film. Let's get into this. Hell yeah, it'll be fun. They released a 4K of it. So I'm like, oh, okay. They re-released this on 4K. Must be good, you know? I bought it blind. I never do that. I never buy things blind. And I just did it, and I watched it. It's maybe one of the best B movies ever made. It's up there with, like, Alien, fucking, it's up there with, like, I'm trying to think, like, what else I really like. Pumpkinhead's really good. Why can't I think of any more, like, monster movies or anything like big monster, really good big monster movies? That's, wow, fucking banger. Fucking banger right there. Oh, and a Dead Space movie would be awesome, Michael. I totally agree with that. Throwing another $2 in there. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, shit, that would be insane. I love Dead Space is so gross too. I love the monsters in that. We need a good like spaceship horror movie with some creepy ass monsters. That would be dope. But yeah, good stuff. Dead Space would be sick. I see that. Talking about, oh yeah, Crawl's a good movie too. I really like Crawl. I personally like Alligator 1980 more, but Crawl's, the effects in Crawl look really good. Some great, maybe one of the best uses of digital effects in modern horror. Some really good stuff in Crawl. Love that movie. Michael is down in the sewers fighting them crocodiles, given the whole, that's not a knife. This is a knife. Yes, I would love to see that. That's the only thing Michael says. That's it. That's what we've been trying to get out of Michael this entire time. That would be great. Oh my God. And Carrie is asking the real questions here. Am I excited for Pearl this week? I am thrilled for Pearl this week. I cannot wait. Oh, I'm seeing it Thursday. You guys will see a review of Pearl this Friday. I cannot wait. This month is jam-packed with some horror movies, and we've already gotten into some of them, which is nice. So Pearl is this week. Jeepers Creepers and Don't Worry Darling is next week. And then I Got Smile and Terrifier 2 the week after that. So holy shit, what a month. It's already shaping up to be a good month. So I can't wait for you guys to see all those reviews. I appreciate all the views on the Barbarian review, by the way. I really appreciate that. It's whenever I get a lot of views on a video that isn't something Screamer Halloween related, it just means a lot. So thank you guys for getting that to almost 2,000 views I'm seeing. Nice. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching that. And I hope you guys enjoyed Barbarian. Good stuff. Mr. Ellis saying, is it true that the Hellraiser 2022 movie isn't a remake or reboot? I would definitely lean closer to remake, but technically it's going on a whole new like storyline. David Bruckner has made it very clear that he's not like trying to remake the original film. He's trying to do a different storyline based off of the source material. So like, okay, I guess that's more of a reboot. But yeah, it's much more of a not an original story, much more closer to the story in the book, which is way different than the movies. The biggest difference I know about is that the Hell Priest, or Pinhead as we know him, is technically not like it doesn't have the origin story that's explained in the second Hellraiser film. He's technically just like this androgynous entity that's like some kind of crazy demon, and that's what Jamie Clayton's character is portraying. That's why we have an actress playing Pinhead this time around to play the androgynous being of the Hell Priest this time around. It totally works. Like it all makes sense why the casting is the way it is. I'm really excited for. I did a video talking about that in Halloween maybe a week ago. Maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when I did it, but check out that video though. I go into depth about some of the characters and some of the set photos released. I remember some of the characters are really cool too. I can't remember the girl's name off the top of my head, but the lead actress, there's a photo out of her, and she's going to be a character that's words are hard, dealing with drug addiction. Essentially, that's going to be like the main storyline, and she goes after the lament configuration, little puzzle box thing, opens it up, and guess what? A bunch of Cenobites come out. Oh, what a miserable day that would be. But yeah, so it's going to be cool. I'm excited. I love that X and Pearl are being released in the same year. More movies should do that. Yeah, it's just it's tough, you know. Both of these movies, think about this, were filmed in 2020. They're just being released now, you know. It's like just a lot of work went into these films. I'm just glad we got something crazy like this. You know, the Fear Street movies I think are the closest example to this, but obviously they'd worked on those for a little while, and like I think they filmed them like back to back too or something. I'm not 100% sure on all that, but that's the only other thing that's kind of similar to this. This is just crazy though. And I like the Fear Street movies, but X, and I'm assuming Pearl, is going to have the same quality. I like these movies way better so far. I like the Fear Street movies. They're good, but man, X is fucking a really solid horror flick. Really enjoyed it. I'm expecting nothing less from Pearl. I can't wait to see it, man. That origin story is going to be crazy, and I'm already hearing some positive reviews, so not getting too in-depth on that, but I'm just hearing some good things so far. Zoe's here. What's up, Zoe? How's it going? They need to adapt the novel Death Troopers into a movie. It's about stormtroopers trapped on a Star Destroyer with zombie... You have my money. Oh my god, I am all about that. Zombies in space with a bunch of like soldiers and shit. Like, yeah, oh, I'm there. Absolutely. Holy shit, that sounds awesome. We need a movie like, and I know this is gonna sound goofy, but like Among Us. I love the overall concept of Among Us. I'm not that big of a fan of the game, but I love the idea of like a bunch of people in space and they have to deal with like an imposter, like a big monster, like a thing type monster that's taking over everybody. That would be so cool in space. I know there's this movie called Life Force that's kind of similar to that. I've never seen it before, but I hear it's kind of underrated is what I hear. I hear it has some nasty reviews, but from what I've heard, it's like, okay. Not too bad. Sure, it steals from some things, but seems cool. I would love a modern movie like that, though. I think that would be really cool if we did something like that today. Got some answers to that. 1 and 3 were filmed first, then 2, because the Axe guy was cast from number 3. Ooh, okay. Gotcha. I knew that they were all filmed in, like, succession. What order? Did not know that. That's cool, though. Good stuff. Yes, but in space, Zoe. Like, imagine that movie in space. I love the thing set. I wouldn't change a thing about the thing. Well, I guess you guys just saw what I did there. But tell me a movie like that on a spaceship wouldn't be dope. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Dead Space is kind of a good example of that. We need a Dead Space movie. Monsters in space, body horror, throw all that together. I feel like that could be a cool movie. We need something like that. We need something crazy like that. Oh, bring out the green screens and the schlocky Star Trek, early Star Trek sets. Give me something like that. That would be fun. I also just I have an affinity for low budget things. Like low budget just never bothers me personally. So, just my thoughts. So I was like, I feel you. Yes, Ghost Space. Ghost Space needs to happen. I will fully fund it. That'd be awesome. I don't know if I agree with that. Event Horizon's cool. I like it. But is it like a Dead Space movie? I don't know. I don't know if similar concepts, but not the same thing. You know, Event Horizon's definitely much more high concepts, I would say. But I still like Event Horizon. It's not an easy movie to get into, I would say, but it's cool. It's very cool. Yeah, I agree, Mr. L. It's like, it depends on how you look at it. Like, settings there, body horror is there, okay. But, like, different overall concepts, I would say. But I get what you're saying. I get it. I see the comparison, though. Low budget if innovation is done right. Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta have a good story at the end of the day. You know, it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter how good your special effects are. If the story sucks, no one's gonna care. And I mean, man, you know, I don't care. You know, I can say this. Marvel is a testament to that lately. I just not cared for anything Marvel has put out in the past couple of years. Well, No Way Home was like the last thing where I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. But even that, the effects weren't great. So, man, it's tough. It's tough. Superhero movies are really going down the drain, which is unfortunate. At least we have DC, though. So that's all I'll say about that, because when I start talking about superhero movies, people are checking out. They're like, no, thank you. Talk about horror. That's what we want to hear. Ooh, David bringing up kind of a cult classic here. A movie remake of V. Really interesting alien drama series from back in the day. That also kind of got a TV series reboot, which was cool. I watched it when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. But yeah, do a movie version of that. I think would be sick. Bring back Robert Englund. That'd be dope. Hell yeah. Some good. I remember liking that as a kid. I have not gone back to see that though. I have to check that out. Shaka Swan is saying, you brought up TV horror. Any shows you can recommend to look up and watch? So I'll be honest, maybe I just have a bad take when it comes to TV, but like I just don't love a lot of TV horror. Like it takes a lot to impress me with a TV show. I like Stranger Things, obviously. That's like the biggest show ever right now, so it's not like a crazy recommendation. Ash vs. Evil Dead, though, is maybe the best horror television show ever made. That's a 10 out of 10 in my books. I love all 3 seasons of that. And I'm trying to think what else. Some seasons of American Horror Story are good, not all of them. And what else? What else is good out there? The Boys is borderline horror, I would say. A lot of gory kills in that. I just started season 3 finally. I have not had any time to watch that. I have so many people tag me in Boys season 3 stuff, and I'm like, please stop. I don't want to know. I don't want to see it. I've not had any time to check that out yet, and I just got around to checking out episode 1, and it's might be the best first episode to a new season of television I've watched in a while. So really good stuff. And that's no diss to Stranger Things season 4 though. Tell you that. There's no diss, but Stranger Things season 4 does start off maybe a little slow. It's my one complaint, but where it goes it goes to places no other season would even dream of. I don't know. Season 4 is just way better than anything else Stranger Things has delivered in my opinion. If you haven't seen it yet, I recommend. Like I said, it takes about like 2-3 episodes before it really starts getting good, getting going, but get through it. Just do it. Oh, it's good stuff. Really good stuff. Coop de Oof, hey nerds. God, Coop. Way to no, I'm kidding. I'm like, damn, way to offend me. No, I kid, of course. I had my buddy came over today, and he's like, he asked me what I was doing, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing research on Halloween Ends, and he's like, nerd, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm a dork. I love it though. It's great. Independence Day is a ripoff of V. Similar elements once again, but I don't know if it's a ripoff though. I don't know. I see the connection. Once again, I see the connection, but very different. Very different though. What are your thoughts on? I've only seen the first Blade. I'm gonna be honest. I like the first one though. I like the first one. I can't really speak to the second two, but I like the first one from what I remember from the one time I saw it. So. Micah, so Fate Decided loves Supernatural. It's like his favorite thing ever. I've only seen a handful of episodes. It's good. I like it, but it just feels so CW to me, and I don't know. I like low budget, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, after a while, just like, okay, I need to see something. It's a little too episodic from what I've seen too. Maybe there's some plot lines that get kind of crazy in Supernatural, but once again, I just haven't seen enough of it. I've seen like 3 episodes, so that's really all I can speak to. I was like, okay, this is fun, but it wasn't anything that like blew my mind, like Ash vs. Evil Dead, ending of Stranger Things 4. Trying to think. I'm coming around to slasher. The more I think about it, I think I need to do a rewatch on that. I kind of like slasher, that show. It's not bad. I've only seen season 2, and I thought it had some excellent kills, but besides that, the storytelling I didn't love. The Scream TV series I think is great for its first 2 seasons, but just really lost me in season 3. I'm trying to think. Oh, and Mr. L asks a pretty good question here. Which do you find scarier, more for fantastical horror or realistic horror? And I would honestly say, all depends on how it's done, because you can do a mix of both real well, I think, by telling stories that have like really human emotions and connections and all that between characters, while also doing something fantastical in the background or something that they have to come across as well. I honestly love movies like that the most. I think those are possibly my favorites. But then also, my 2 favorite horror films of the year are very realistic and don't really dive into the supernatural all that much. So it's tough to say. It's really tough to say. I definitely love both for sure. Like I think some of my favorite horror movies of all time are like Zombie from 1979, which obviously fiction. Zombies are not real yet. But then we also have movies like Barbarian that I would argue is pretty. It's not like realistic, I wouldn't say, but it's definitely a concept that's more based in something that can actually happen versus like a werewolf or something like that, I guess is my point. So that's a really tough question, Mr. L. I think, man, I find both very scary because like Evil Dead, I think is a terrifying film. It scared the fuck out of me when I was a kid. It scares the fuck out of me today. I love that. It's not realistic at all though, but I love it. It's awesome. Then there's movies like Hereditary, which are pretty realistic up until the end, and that's also fucking terrifying to me. It's great. Team Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors is a banger, man. It's a good movie. Little Freddy action. Speaking of Dream Warriors, let's throw a little I already played this clip, but I don't care. Tell me that's not great. Come on. Little Freddy action. That's awesome. Oh. Good stuff. Good stuff. James is asking about Sinister 2012. I know it has the jump scares you see in a lot of films. Oh, but they're done so much better in Sinister around the time. But that movie still disturbs me till this day. I saw it like the day it came out to theaters. Here's my argument about jump scares. Jump scares are scary. They are. They make you jump. They're terrifying. I think about them after the movie. That is something that's scary to me. I don't see that as cheap. Jump scares are tough to pull off too. They're not easy to do. You have to time it right. You have to write it right. You have to shoot it right, or it's not gonna land. Curse of La Llorona is a testament to that. Go watch that fucking movie. It doesn't work because they don't line the shots up right. But Sinister 2012, I think that and Insidious are the prime examples of how to do jump scares right. Not only do you have fantastic plots running through both of those films, but you also just have this wonderful setup. It takes just the right amount of time to get to the scare. It doesn't like you can't take that preliminary how do I explain this? When you set up a jump scare, you have to have your character looking around scared for a long fucking time, like longer than you think you should, and then give us the scare. Because what you do is mentally in your audience's head, you get them creeping back in their chair. They're like, oh no, what's gonna happen? I don't like this. I see where this is going. And it's familiar too. That's another criticism I hear about jump scares. It's like, I've seen this set up like a million times. I know exactly what's gonna happen. Yes, but that's why jump scares are effective, because you know a jump is about to happen, but you don't know when. That's the interesting thing about a jump scare. That's why it's effective. That's why it's scary. I don't know. I'll die on that hill. I think jump scares are great. Psychological horror is also great though. You can have a mix of both. And that's what Sinister 2012 is, I think. A really well done version of both of those things. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get some people don't like them. That's fine. But Insidious is possibly one of my all-time favorite horror movies. And yeah, it does jump scares. It doesn't rely on jump scares, but it does them really well, maybe better than most other films ever made. So I love that movie to death. It's one of my all-time favorites. The Lipstick Demon is one of the scariest motherfuckers I've ever seen in a horror movie too. God damn. Oh, scary shit, man. I'll never forget the first time I saw that jump scare behind fucking Patrick Wilson, and he's just like, just does that face. I mean, I pooped my little pants. I did. It's great. Sinister made me paranoid about looking out my window at night. Oh, that's a great jump scare, man. Holy shit. When you see that and it's just like the zoom, like the fast cut to the closer up shot or whatever, and he's just standing there and you're like, oh my God. Or he takes the picture away is what it is. My bad. But regardless, love it. Yes, and T. Parker Evans is making a really good comparison here. Yeah, Conjuring 1 and 2, Annabelle Creation, fucking awesome setups, man. Not easy to do. It's very respectful filmmaking, I would say. Where it does not get a whole lot of credit. Because like I said, some of those later Conjuring films, they don't do it right, and you can see the difference. And it's little things. I mean, like, compare certain scenes from, like, Annabelle Comes Home, for instance, to Annabelle Creation, and you can see why some of those scares don't work. I don't hate Annabelle Comes Home, though. I just want to make that very clear. I actually fucking love that movie. Think it's very underrated. But I think a lot of the jump scares miss for me in that movie. Oh man, I'm on a fucking tangent here about some side shit. But what else do we want to talk about? Next Gen Studios is saying, would you consider Friday the 13th Part 5 and 6 soft reboots? Parts 1 through 4 are kind of the original series. That's interesting. I think they definitely, both films take a shift in tone pretty drastically too. Like I would say 1 through 4, yeah, definitely have a similar vibe to them, all 4 of those. And then in 5, you start to do a lot different. It's almost a little it's starting to get a little goofier in 5 for sure. Some of the side characters are much goofier than even in 4, where like you kind of have Tommy Jarvis, who's like a little goofier. There's some goofier scenes with him. Some of the teenagers actually have some time to breathe and they're not just meat bags, which is nice about 4. We get to learn a little more about them. Everyone's calling Crispin Glover a dead fuck the whole movie, which is nice. But then in 5 is when the series gets really experimental, because not only is that a murder mystery movie, not told very well, but it also has much more humor than the last film, which, like I said, 4 is a little funny. It's definitely got some nice bouts of humor, which is cool. And it really aids 5. It's almost why I like 5. 5 has really grown on me. I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but the more I watch it, the more I like it. And 6 goes full, like, just fucking streamlines into the meta humor really well, I think. I watched this video from a while ago, that one of my first videos where I'm kind of shitting on part 6. I've come to love it now, that the tone shift. But I think the first time I watched it, it was just like kind of odd. It was just like really drastic. I mean, when you watch those movies back to back, yeah, I mean, I can see having that problem the first time. But my only problem with Jason Lives now is like the first half of it, I think is fantastic. I wouldn't change a damn thing. It's a great meta slasher with a lot of silliness to it. It's awesome. And then in the second half, it kind of loses all of that and just turns into generic Friday the 13th film. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, that's the best Friday movie. It's phenomenal. I feel like I'm watching a different movie when people talk about it. I'm like, really? Like, I love the first half. The first half's 10 out of 10, but then it just really loses me, man. I don't know. After you start getting past all the meta stuff, like, that's all funny and great. I love the silly kills, the fucking smiley face on the tree. It's great. But then, like, just really loses me in that second half of that movie. But I feel you on that, though. I see where you're coming from with the soft reboots, just because of how different of a direction they take in those films. Do you have a favorite subgenre in horror? That's really tough, because I love a lot of subgenres. And then there's also some that have been beaten to death. Like, I think the zombie subgenre has just been beaten to death. I think there's a lot of great movies from that, even some that are even still coming out today. They're still finding ways to make zombies creative, which I think is great. But there's just so many bad zombie movies at this point. It's like, I get why we don't really want to do that anymore. But man, zombies will always scare me. I don't know what it is. Something about like thousands of monsters running into a room coming after you to bite out your neck. It's just always going to scare me. It's always going to be good. And the whole idea of like, you get bit once, you're done, like in like 24 hours, that slow fucking horror like that, that's terrifying to me. Everything about zombies scares me. I love it. It's my favorite subgenre. Hot take. I will make a zombie movie one day, as soon as I can come up with an original idea that isn't just, oh, this is just Zombie 1979. Oh, this is just Dawn of the Dead. Oh, you wanted to, yeah. But I love them. I love zombie movies. There's the thing that sucks about it though is that, yeah, like I said, there's just as many good ones as there are bad ones. And you're going to get that with some, like the vampire subgenre too. It's the same thing. Now, werewolves. A lot of good werewolf movies. Gotta tell you about that. Dripworks. Yeah, 2010 zombie movies. Not all of, like, handful of them are good. Not all of them. I don't care. The Walking Dead, I think, started off so strong. Great first season, and then just kind of went downhill after that. So it's a shame. But man, there's some great zombie movies. Some of my all-time favorite horror movies are zombie movies. So fucking, I'm trying to think, like 28 Days Later is fantastic. I love Planet Terror. Part of Grindhouse is awesome. I've talked about Zombie 1979 a million times. Train to Busan. Oh, foreign zombie movies are the best. If it's not American made, typically those are the best. Literally everything I just listed, pretty much. Foreign zombie movies. So good stuff. The Wolfman is so OP, and I mean the 1941 version. Ooh, okay. Some love for that movie. Not, I gotta be honest, I do like that one. I like how, Dead Meat just did a nice kill count on it, which is cool. I actually don't hate the 2010 one. Hot take. I think it's great. I think it's a lot of fun. I saw it in the theaters too. It was very bloody and gory. The story does not go fucking anywhere, but I really like the characters. I like the kills. It's a fun movie. But the original Wolfman, I think, is cool. It's just really like, I don't know, man. Some old movies, like, they just didn't understand how to write stories, I think, maybe back in the day as well as we do now. I like the effects. I respect the fuck out of with the Wolfman. I mean, that was a long time sitting in a chair to have a shit ton of hair applied to your face. I've just never been the biggest fan of the original Wolfman. I love, we have Kane talking about Frankenstein. I think, original Frankenstein's a masterpiece. I really like original Dracula. I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but I really do like it. The one with the music specifically, when they updated it, it gained a lot from having that music attached to it. Those old school movies are fun, man. A lot of them are fun. But the crown jewel is right here next to me, in my opinion, Creature from the Black Lagoon, which would be a perfect movie if everyone in that film didn't look exactly alike. But I fucking love Creature from the Black Lagoon, still one of my favorites. I think it has one of the scariest sequences in all of horror still to this day, when you have the fucking creature swimming up on her like that. That is fucking terrifying. So underrated. I don't understand why we don't have a remake of it. Universal, if you're watching this, somebody, please, I would do anything to remake that movie. I have like an entire outline for a Creature from the Black Lagoon that I would kill a man to remake that movie. I would do anything. I shouldn't say that on a live stream, but I would kill to make a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake. Oh, I love that movie so much. So underrated. What else do we got? Does anyone... I need the answer to this question too, David. Holy fuck, what is going on with the New Salem slot? They just kind of indefinitely suspended it, which was weird. They just were like, oh, no more release date for this. Okay. Well, fuck. What the hell? Children of the Corn too? What's going on with that too? A lot of crazy questions with some of these movies coming out. Scariest horror... Ooh, this is a great point here, Mr. L. Scariest horror antagonist, the ocean. It's wide, sometimes inescapable. You never know what is lurking underneath you. Yes. I totally agree. I think anything set around an ocean or lake, lagoon, just fucking terrifying stuff. I think that's why I really gravitate towards films like Piranha 3D, which, if it didn't have that element to it, like the really gory kills, I probably wouldn't care for it at all. It's very schlocky in a good way, but then it's also very booby in a not so great way. I feel like it's really over the top with some of that. I don't love all the characters in Piranha 3D either, but I love the effects. I think some of the practical effects used towards the end in that bloodbath is fucking awesome. It scares the hell out of me. I can't even imagine how terrifying it would be to like be sitting in a pool, like sitting in a pool with like one of those fucking rings. You're sitting in one of those, you're just sitting back. You got yourself a little mimosa, and then suddenly something comes up and bites on your butt cheeks. Like, that would be awful. I would not want that to happen. So that scary shit, man. Ocean horror movies, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Love them. Give me all the shark movies. Give me all the zombie movies. I'm here for it. But yes. What's up, Joe? How's it going? What's up? Hope all is well. Always happy to see you stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Means a lot. We also have a Ghostface here. Oh, shit.
Holy shit, it's Ghostface.
It's going good, Ghostface. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Gangster Bro was saying, what do you think? Do you think it is possible to make a movie too scary for people to watch? I will say, I've seen a few horror movies that I feel like pushed the envelope a little too far with some of its, like what it did. I think The Sadness is pretty damn good for 45 minutes, and then it just goes way off the rails with some shit that it did not need to do. I think the Sadness would have been like my favorite horror movie of the year if it didn't fuck up that second half. You can't go too overboard with your subject matter. I'm down for some things being a little controversial and some things being not so safe. I see a lot of horror movies being a little too safe, I would say. I would actually argue that, yeah, that's more of a problem. Horror movies are too safe nowadays. We should get a little weird. We should get a little weirder with it. The weird ones tend to stick out for me. But I will say there's a point where it's too much. And The Sadness, I feel like, is a perfect example of that, where the first half is great. I wouldn't change a thing. But the moment you get into that second half, it gets to be too much, I think. Regardless, some good stuff, though. Jacob Myers is saying, Jake, I've heard that there's 3 versions of Halloween Ends. Do you think that the endings will be like this? I I don't know. I've obviously that's public knowledge now that this is just a rumor that maybe we might be getting separate endings. There was some reshoots that were questionable. Not, a lot of people don't know what they did in that time. I guess it was only like 4 or 5 days, according to Christopher Nelson, the guy who does all the effects, creates those amazing masks as well. I don't know. I think this is absolutely a possibility, and I think it would be fucking awesome. If they did something like that, if like maybe the Peacock version just had a different ending, that would be awesome. I'd be so down for that. But hopefully, I hope that if they do something like that, it's almost like the next day they kind of announce it, where it's like, hey, the Peacock has a different ending. Go check it out there. That would be really cool. I'd be down for that. I think it's unlikely, but I would love for it to happen. That's what I'll say. David is saying, guys, I gotta get out of here. It's 1 a.m. here in Ireland. Thanks for the stream, Jake, and night to all in the chat. David, have a nice night and have a good time over in Ireland. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for staying with us for so late. I appreciate that. Thank you. Gotta check out The Sadness. I still recommend it. I mean, like I said, it's got a great fucking start. Honestly, you know what? And I'll say this confidently, the best start to a horror movie all year. I can't remember if that came out this year or last year officially, or I saw it this year, I know. But man, the Sadness, it's a shame because it's one of the strongest starts to a horror movie I've ever seen, and then it just loses me halfway through, like immediately. But yeah, I don't know. Let me look this up. I just want to be 100% sure about this. Was this? So it did technically release in 2021. I think maybe it didn't come out to Shudder until, I want to say it didn't come out to American audiences until this year. I want to say that's right, but I'm not 100% sure. But I would recommend it regardless. I would say check it out. See what you guys think. Some people love it. Some people are all about it. But I was just kind of like, man. I just hope they go their own route. I want to see what they can do with the story. I want creativity in the kills. If they utilize, we're talking about Scream 6. I see. Yeah, I really do think we're going to get that subway train kill. I don't think it's going to be the way I kind of described it at first. I don't think someone's getting pushed into the train, but I do think we're going to get a chase sequence through a subway train, which would be unbelievably iconic. That would be so cool. If they shot that the right way and did it in a certain aspect, that could be really cool. I could see that being fucking dope. Can you imagine like a shot like from outside the windows and it's like going by kind of fast and you see like Liana Liberato, for example, she's just running through and Ghostface is chasing close behind? That would be terrifying, man. Fuck. Late at night, like nobody's on the train either. Set it up that way, kind of mysterious. It's like 3 a.m. She just came from a party. Oh, that could be really cool. Could these 3 be the ending? Ignore, I wasn't finished. Gotcha. So Laurie could win, Michael wins, Laurie and Michael die together. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the most likely outcomes for what the ending's going to be here. I think it's going to be obviously a little more complicated than that. But yeah, I think I could see that being the case. I see them doing 2 versions of it though. That's me. I see them doing like a theatrical version and a Peacock version. And it's like, hey, in this one, Michael wins, in this one, Laurie wins. And I'm down for that choose your own adventure. That's like, to me, that's nothing new for the Halloween franchise. Like, there are so many different timelines here where you could follow all the way through or choose not to go down anymore if something sucks, like Resurrection that totally fucks up that timeline. But I think what's so interesting about this franchise is that element to it. There's not too many other franchises where it's just like a choose your own adventure with how the Michael Myers story is going to go. And there's so many different routes you can go down. It's fascinating. I love it. I think it's so cool. There are some things about it, the franchise, that people love. There are some things that people hate. And it's cool. It fascinates me that we can go that route, that we can do that with this franchise. Are you concerned with Halloween Ends at all? I feel like it will be disappointing. I hope they do a Jason Goes to Hell style of film. That would be wait, what? That would be a big mistake. I personally didn't like Kills. Am I concerned with Halloween Ends? I'm mildly concerned. I think this film, how good it's going to be is all going to depend on what they do with Corey. There's a very easy solution to what they should do with Corey. They've already set it up in the last 2 movies that Laurie Strode is not being targeted by Michael Myers. You need some kind of catalyst to bring those 2 together. Very simple answer to what they're going to do with Corey Cunningham. But if they overdo it, like I talked about in some of my videos recently, if they kind of do this thing where it's like, oh, Corey's actually going to start killing people as Michael Myers, you don't need to do that. If you want to have Corey steal his mask and Michael chases after Corey, he's looking for his mask. I totally understand that. I totally get that. But you need to set that up the right way. You need to go the right routes. Otherwise, I'm just like, why? What was the point of that? Why are we making Corey the focal point of this movie? This random character that came out of nowhere. Honestly, and even if they do go this route, I almost kind of wish this was a character set up in a previous movie. Maybe it's just a side character who didn't have anything to do with the plot until ends. That would be cool. I feel like it's a little weird that they're introducing this character so late in the game. That's another problem I have with Corey. I wish we would have met him in like Halloween 2018. He was one of their friends, and maybe he just wasn't involved with the killings. He was at home, chilling, eating candy, fucking around, watching horror movies, jerking off. I don't know. Just something in 2018, a little throwaway line. That would have been cool. Or like think about that scene where they're all in school and like it's all the characters, they're all fucking around. He just pops in. He just says, hey. He's like, hey, Allison, what's up? Maybe he's like this dorky kid that kind of likes Allison, and they end up dating 4 years later. Crazy idea. I think that would be dope. I think that would have been little better writing personally, especially since he's playing such a massive role here. He's being heavily advertised. There's all that shit they're talking about him in the fucking description of this movie too. So I feel like it's definitely going to be something along that. That's, to me, I don't see them doing anything else with Corey Cunningham. It wouldn't make any sense. You need some kind of catalyst to bring these two characters together that has been made so crystal clear, in especially Halloween Kills, that Michael is not going after Laurie. So you need a reason for these two to come back together after Michael resurfaces from the sewers for whatever reason. I'm hell-bent on the sewers thing, too. I mean, I would be kind of disappointed if they don't explain that aspect, but hey, we'll just have to see. We will just have to see, everybody. Yeah, man. I don't fucking know. What? I don't know. I want a law versus evil scene in ends where a SWAT team battles the boogeyman. So Jason Goes to Hell. Essentially, just that scene from Jason Goes to Hell. I don't know, man. I kind of like the whole idea of like a town coming together to take down Michael. That's what was cool about the last movie to me. Did they overdo it a little bit? Yeah, sure. I understand that argument, but I think it's a cool aspect to it. What Halloween film is your least favorite that you think was a disaster? I mean, Halloween Resurrection to me is a disaster on all fronts. I just don't. I get some people like it. Maybe it's the nostalgia, but I just think as a Halloween movie, it tries to do something different without a purpose. And that to me is a big no-no. If you want to do something different, hell yeah, but have a direction. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, you can hate it all day long, but I think it had a very clear focus as to what it wanted to do and to be something different. And it makes a lot of choices for a certain reason, like no Halloween theme. Why did they do that? It all makes sense when you watch it from a Rob Zombie perspective instead of a Halloween perspective. So I respect Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 for that. Halloween Resurrection has just wanted to make a generic Scream style slasher, and that's about it. So what did they do? Instead of killing Laurie Strode off screen, they did it maybe even worse and decided to just kill her as the opening and say, hey, fuck all that old shit. We're just going to make this cash grab. Let's do that. I don't know. They also retconned the end of the last movie that I feel like was just so fitting. They could have just made another movie. You know, they could have just made a new movie in a new timeline. I don't even know why Halloween Resurrection is a thing. 5 is also a disaster for different reasons. The director was just unbelievably careless. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's my little get off my soapbox. I'll stop ranting. Now my feet are itchy. What is wrong with me today? Oh. Now, Zoe is asking the questions that really matter here. Why is nobody talking about this? Does he? I don't know. Great question. This is why he's unstoppable too. His nutsack is so full. He's an unstoppable force. That's so funny. You can take I'm not gonna say, I can't say that on live stream, never mind. Jason throwing in $2. Thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate the support. Saying, does Sheriff Barker and Iron Lady team up in Ends? I would love to see some more Sheriff Barker. That's a number one on my list. I really want to see her coming. I really want to see him come back for sure. Ren, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Shout out to Ren. I hope you're okay. I hope everything works out. I probably shouldn't have put that on screen, but regardless, I appreciate that last comment there. I appreciate that. Much love, much care to you. I hope everything goes okay. I hope you're okay. Hope everything's good. I wish nothing but good health to the wonderful people who hang out with me on these streams. I appreciate it. Much love to you. Much love. I did get my tickets to see Terrifier 2 early. I'm seeing it on September 30th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I'm excited. I can't afford that trip at all, but I want to see the movie early and do a little early review of it. So I'm excited. Hope you guys check out that review. Probably, most likely will be my first video of October. I would guess is going to be my Terrifier 2 review. So check that out. Check it out. As Halloween ends, the last Halloween for Michael Myers. I don't know. I think it's probably the last Halloween ends. Probably the last Halloween, I mean, for Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. I doubt they bring the character back again after this. But I definitely see Michael Myers coming back to the big screen sometime in the next 5+ years. I mean, they made so much money off of this franchise already, or this trilogy, I should say. Yeah, Michael Myers will be back, I think. Marquise. I think it'll happen. Maybe not from Blumhouse, and definitely in a different timeline, but we will see. This is not the last we'll see of Michael Myers, I don't think. Is Michael dying in the finale? Because I'm down for it when it streams on Peacock. We'll just have to see, Dr. Andy. I'm excited. This is the question of the hour. Who's going down? One of them will fall, as was promised to us by the marketing. Yeah. I hope, I don't know. I kind of don't know how I feel about it. If Michael dies, I'm cool with that because we've technically never seen an on-screen death for Michael. It's always gotten retconned or was planning on being retconned. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But at the same time, Laurie being victorious would be a really satisfying ending. We've been seeing her basically suffer throughout the last 3 movies in this timeline, and maybe also including this new one. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. We're really going back to Myers having big balls again. Always, Carrie. Always. Come on. Always. We always talk about that. Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate that. Thanks for sharing the stream around. Thanks for sharing the channel around, guys. I appreciate that. So 12.5 was a massive milestone for me, and I just really appreciate that from you guys. Really means a lot. That's an 1/8 of the way to 100,000 subscribers, and that's just insane. So I would love for this channel to be up there at some point. That would be dope. But we got a long way to go. Regardless, I appreciate it, though. Thank you to everybody. I know I see some people even in the chat right now who have been here since day 1 and shit. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are awesome. Guys are awesome. Also, is Screambox worth a subscription if you've tried it, or have you heard anything about it? So, Jeremy, I haven't gotten Screambox yet, but I hear some really positive things. I've seen some pretty cool stuff on there. I think the It documentary is on there, and I actually really want to watch that at some point. Let me just open this up real quick, because I'm actually kind of curious if just looking at their catalog to see anything. Oh, okay, so there's a movie, and this is really a gross title, but I hear it's fantastic, called Pussy Cake. That's the title of it. I'm sorry if you're grossed out. But yeah, that is the name of this movie. I've seen some screenshots from it. It looks fucking disgusting. I really want to watch that. I'm just scrolling through this. Terrifier's on there, so if you want to watch Terrifier before it's the release of the sequel, there you go. I'm just kind of scrolling through here. I'm not really seeing anything that I recognize. Pennywise, the story of it, that documentary's on there. Toxic Crusaders is on there. Okay. Hey, I mean, Toxic Avengers, if you guys like that. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through. I don't really notice a whole lot of things. Okay, so the Sharknado movies, maybe if you want to do a rewatch of those. But I know in November at some point, Terrifier 2 is coming to Screambox, which is basically oh my god. Terrifier 2 is coming to Screambox sometime. Ren, you're going off. Much love to you, Ren, but wow, that's some Nancy Ann Ritter type language there in the in the chat. Crazy stuff. Oh, Joe, you're all good. We have many people going off the rails tonight. That's okay. Hey, that's all right. We can let our hair down and have a little fun. That's all good. That's so funny. Carrie saying, I think I saw a trailer for that. It looks interesting. Yeah, looks very schlocky. I'm kind of excited to watch it. I'm probably gonna watch it in November when Terrifier 2 goes on there. So I'll check it out. So Death Central, what's up? What's up? I'm new here, but your channel and personality is quality. Keep it up, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the KillJoy calls. Welcome. We're always having fun and we're always serving that special Kool-Aid. So make sure to take a sip, is what I say. And Gangster Bro is asking a good question here, something I want to talk about. Can we really go anywhere new for Michael Myers? I can't imagine anything besides something dumb like Halloween Before Christmas or Boogeyman Boogie's the Hood. You know, I asked this question as well. My God. My God, Ren. My God. Just letting it all out on this stream. My God. This is a great question, honestly. What else can we do with the Boogeyman to make it original again? I was asking myself the same question before Halloween 2018 came out, though. I was like, what else can they do? And in a lot of ways, Halloween 2018 is very similar to the original, but I would argue it does a lot of little stylistic things differently, and you're never gonna run out of those. You might be able to give us the same old, where it's just Michael Myers escaping off of a bus, but there's always going to be a way that you can kind of twist that to make it your own. So I say, like, if they want to reboot this franchise in, like, 5 years and essentially do that same plot line again, but just do it a little differently, just like how David Gordon Green did with 2018, I'm okay with that. I'm down to see it. As long as it's different, as long as it's not something that's just like egregiously the same. I would argue that, like, yes, there are movies that do twist some knobs, but when you're doing a movie like a new Halloween film, for example, which after Ends would be the 14th film in the franchise, you got to start twisting more knobs than just one. You know what I mean? You got to start doing many more things way differently. Or wow, it's gonna start to get, like you're saying there, start working yourself into a Christmas special for Michael Myers, or the Boogeyman Goes to Bed or something. My point is, start twisting more knobs if you're gonna do the 14th film in a franchise. You have to. You're forced to do that. Jason Dyer throwing a big old nasty super chat in there. Jason, thanks for the $10. I really appreciate that huge support there. That really means a lot. Thank you. Saying, I want to see a Return of the Living Dead ending for Halloween Ends. Ooh, where are we going with this? That's interesting. Or Laurie and Myers run at each other and goes to Sopranos ending. Yes, they're all bad ideas. Jake loved this channel so much. Okay, well, hang on there, Jason. Let's back up a minute here, because I kind of love the ending to Return to the Living Dead. It's very silly, very goofy. Does it work here? No, absolutely not. I agree with you there. But, man, Return to the Living Dead and its sequel, Return to the Living Dead 2, are phenomenal horror films. I don't know, man. I fuck with some of those. I really enjoy those movies. And I think 2 is so underrated. I don't understand why that has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'll never get it. But it's great. Oh, Jason, though, thank you so much for the $10, man. I appreciate it. What do we want from an ending, though, real quick? How do we, what do we want from this ending more than anything? Do we want Laurie to die? Do we want Michael to die? Do we want them both to die? What do we want more? Because, like, I ask this question all the time because I genuinely don't care as long as it's well written. Like, if Laurie dies, okay, whatever. As long as it's not Resurrection style where she just bites it in the first 5 minutes, like, okay, I'm down for it. Like, I think it could work. I got to see it first, though. But honestly, any route that they could take, there's many different routes that they could take with this, I guess. And I just hope it's good. Blucka, what's up? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Saying Halloween Multiverse of Madness. Let's not turn it into how they fucked up Doctor Strange. Hot take. I like Multiverse of Madness, but man, that plot is something. Whose knobs are we twisting? It's probably illegal for me to start twisting my nipples on this stream, but there you go. Ren, I'll probably get demonetized if I put that on the screen. My God. My God. Carter, Scotland, Ellen also throwing in a big old nasty super chat. Carter, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Means a whole lot. Thanks for being a channel member, too. You too, Jason. Thank you. Saying good soup. If/when we get another Halloween film, I think we could see a film taking place almost entirely in Smith's Grove. Ooh, I do like that idea. I want to either have Laurie live or die only by sacrifice, not from a stab. Okay, I see that. I understand that. Because it would almost be kind of disappointing if like she just goes out from a stab. Like if Laurie Strode's gonna die, it's got to be the same way as Michael. Like you can't just be like, okay, yeah, she gets stabbed a few times. No, Laurie Strode has gone through way more than that these past 3 movies, actually. I got to keep correcting myself. Original still in this timeline. If Laurie's gonna die, she's got to be blowing up. She's got to be stabbed a million times. Holy fuck, I need something crazy. I need a Dewey death if we're gonna go this route. Same thing with Michael, too. I need Michael to die in a painlessly, relentlessly slow way. Like, it's got to take a few times. I talked about a resurrection sequence in this new movie in my new video that just came out today. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty solid stuff. Good stuff. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, I totally agree. It's got to be by sacrifice or just not something super easy. Laurie Strode's not an easy person to take down. Neither is Michael. But an entire movie at Smith's Grove, Carter, I think it's fucking dope. I think that would be sweet. Maybe how Michael escapes, how he learned to drive, maybe. Maybe we can explain that in a new movie. That could be kind of cool. It's almost like the precursor to the events of the first Halloween. Like that bridge the gap, essentially, between the opening scene and the rest of the movie. That could be kind of cool. I'd be down to see that, Carter. That'd be kind of sick. But regardless, Carter, I appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Thank you. And holy shit, look at this. Jason Dyer just throwing in $5 here. I appreciate that again, Jason. Holy crap. You are the MVP of the night, dog. Thank you. Saying, I want a truly disturbing ending. Myers wins and just disappears into the night. Haddonfield is left destroyed. Town left in fear. Oh. So no one shoots down Michael or nothing. He kills the final girl, whoever it is in this timeline, and just fucking walks into the sunset, essentially. And why he does it, it's never explained. Oh, I'd honestly be down for that too. I mean, sure, a lot of the endings to these movies are ambiguous, but they're never like, besides Kills and some other movies in this franchise, they're never like disastrously this depressing. Rob Zombie, obviously another, yet another exception to the rule. But I'd be down for something like that, where it's just like, he kills the final girl, the end of it. That's it. Wrap it up. That's the fucking movie. Michael Myers goes off into the distance. Maybe they do a sequel. I don't know, but I'm down for that. I think that's pretty cool. I think that would be sick. Jeremy saying, imagine a moment if there's an awkward moment where Michael has to stop and get gas for a car he stole. It's like, fuck. Michael can drive, but I feel like he doesn't know how to pump gas. That would be my guess. I almost feel like he'd have to steal another car. That's so funny. Lisa is saying, who is the god of horror? Oh, that's tough. I'll say my favorite, like my number one favorite director will always be David Cronenberg, just because I love every gross little detail that he throws into his movies. But yeah, I will always love, I'll always love Cronenberg movies. They're so gross. I haven't even seen his entire catalog, and I'm still just very impressed by everything he does. I love John Carpenter, Wes Craven, obviously, some big names there. And there's also a lot of great up-and-comers, too. A lot of great directors today that are badass. Very underrated. Some good stuff. A lot of cool up-and-comers in the works. What if Michael Myers was the final? Okay, well. There you go. See, yeah, we can't get to if we get to the point where, if we start getting to the point where it's like that, where it's like, okay, you guys are out of ideas, that's when we stop making the movies. I haven't felt that burnout with these new films, though. I'll tell you what, if they come out with one in 5 years and it's just same old, then I'll admit it's burnt out. But I'm really enjoying the last 2 movies. They did in 2018 in Kills, they did some really original fun stuff. It didn't hit with everybody, and that's totally understandable, but I liked it. I thought it was cool, and at least it was different. So, Videodrome is one of my all-time favorites. It's one of the best like mindfuck horror movies ever made, I think. Great film. What else do we got here? Hey, Grease Hat Jake. Oh, man, Easton. Just ripping it. You're just going to lay into me like that? God, you just want to see a grown man cry, don't you? God. Calling me greasy. That's not why I wear this hat. Yes, it is. Yeah, no, it totally is. I just don't. Yeah. You got me. You caught me. You pinned me up against the wall. You fucking got me with that. Greasy hair Jake. There you go. I know. Damn. Roasted here. Here we go again and again and again with Halloween. Halloween again. Halloween Returns. Halloween Resurrection 2. Oh my God. Yeah, no, if Disney ever got their hands on this franchise, you won't see this guy reporting on it. Sorry. Disney is just, they just love to ruin all the fun stuff we love, which is unfortunate. But yeah. But hey, you know what? Fuck it. We'll talk a little bit about Scream 6. I got some time. I see some people talking about it in the chat. But Jason just threw in $5 more. Let's keep it going a little bit with this Halloween talk for a second here. Myers kills all the main characters, walks to his sister's grave, and dies on the grave. If Myers says one word, hope it is Rosebud. Oh my God. LOL, Alligator rules. Fuck yeah, baby. Oh. Alligator's so good. Jason, I'm so glad you also love Alligator, and I'm just not the only one who thinks that's one of the most underrated fucking movies of all time. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That's great. Man, that's some crazy stuff though, Jason. Regardless, I appreciate it. Thanks for the $5. That's really funny. That's really funny. So yeah, on Scream 6, they should go all out, is what Marquise is saying. Yes, I agree. I want to see something that's just different, something I haven't seen before. There's a lot of things in Scream 5 that, honestly, going back and watching that again, that I watched it this past week, and I'm like, you know what? I'm really shitting on that movie a little too hard. It's pretty fucking fun. It's a really cool continuation, and I really enjoy it. It has its faults, admittedly. Like, it's not a perfect movie. But I really enjoy Scream 5, and I hope Scream 6 brings the weird shit to the table. Like, we need some weirder stuff to happen in these Scream movies, which I would be all about. It doesn't have to be supernatural. Barbarian is a testament to that, for just weird-ass movies that aren't supernatural. I think it's possible to do something. It's possible to do something like that that's still bound into reality and all that, just like how Scream has to be. But then do some interesting stuff. I'm all about that. Jeremy saying bought the 4K of Alligator and watched it recently. Had a lot of fun. I agree. I don't know, man. I love it. I think the characters are so goofy. There's not a wasted breath in that movie. It's very fast paced. It's a great movie. Really, a lot of fun. The wedding scene is like a 10 out of 10. If I could make a movie as good as Alligator, I would love that. That would be awesome. I love that movie. What are your thoughts on the canceled crossover movie Halloween, Pinhead versus Michael Myers? I heard it would have been better than Freddy versus Jason. I see those two being a good matchup, just like how I feel Freddy versus Freddy and Jason are. It's fantastical versus, like, not realism, you know, but Jason's like just a big brute coming after somebody. I feel like it's the same thing with Michael Myers and Pinhead. You know, you have Pinhead, who's much more fantastical, where Michael Myers is more just this big brute guy. You can see why they would go against each other. It's some good stuff. So I would absolutely love to see that movie happen one day. That would be awesome. We need some more goofier horror, I think, especially in these franchises. I love when they get a little goofy, honestly. It's fun. It's fun stuff doing those versus movies like that. I'd be absolutely down for it. Absolutely. 100%. Carter Scotland Allen with $5. Thank you so much, Carter. I appreciate that. What about a Ghostface who is forced to be Ghostface? Ooh. I almost like the idea, like, of, there's a lot of theory. We could talk about Stu, like Billy and Stu's relationship all day long. We could talk about that all day long. How I feel like Stu was maybe manipulated into doing that, but, you know, he also kind of enjoyed it. He wouldn't have gone through with as much of it that he did if he didn't want to kill a little bit. But I would almost love to see a character who's kind of like being coaxed into it a little bit by like a more dominant force, like a Billy Loomis, like a Jill Roberts, something like that. I would love to see that. Once again, a massive inspiration for my movie that comes out in December, which if you guys are new here, I have a 90-minute Scream movie coming out in December. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be a lot of fun. A big inspiration for that was basically Billy and Stu's relationship and how I feel like it's kind of underdeveloped for that movie. I would almost love to learn more about that in something, and that's kind of what Red Right Hand is, essentially a love letter to that, is their relationship, how that worked, that dynamic, the very little things we know about it. It's awesome. But yeah, 100%. I agree. I think that would be a really cool concept to fuck around with, and we do kind of deal with that a little bit in Red Right Hand, so you'll just have to see it in December. I think you guys will like it. Ty, I absolutely loved Barbarian, possibly my favorite horror film of the 2020s entirely. I was really impressed by it, and I'm still thinking about it almost a week after seeing it here. I will definitely see it. I've seen it twice in the theaters already. I will see it for a third time. It is absolutely, I couldn't recommend this movie more. If you see no other movies this year in the theater, see Barbarian. Wow. Fucking amazing movie. Really blown away by it. Sphinx is here. What's up? What's up? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Ren. Fisting is the topic of conversation in the chat. Goddamn. Getting into some. We're getting into some fucking talk here. My God. It's insane. Jesus. James is talking about The Boy 3. Should they go evil doll route again, or him being a man in the walls? You know, I've always appreciated The Boy for having that twist ending. I think it makes it different and fun, which is nice. I really was expecting kind of a doll film, and I haven't seen the second one, so can't really talk about that. Oh my God. My fucking God. I love the idea of him being a man in the walls. I think that's what makes that movie stand out, in my opinion. That's what's really cool about it. So if they were to, like I said, I haven't seen The Boy 2. So if they just kind of turn it into an evil doll film, I feel like that kind of ruins the point of what's so great about that first one. But I don't know. I'd be down for it. I liked the first one. The first Boy movie's good. It's like, okay, it's pretty cool. The lead actress is from The Walking Dead, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she's also phenomenal in that movie. Like I said, haven't seen the second one, but I gotta check it out. I convinced my mom to go see Barbarian this week. She doesn't love horror. I can't wait. Oh my God, that's so... Carter, I need details. I need the whole story after you see it. That's very funny. Oh my God. Jesus. Ren, my God. That's awful. Oh my... Cracking me up here. I can't even keep my train of thought. I'm laughing so hard at this shit. Jesus Christ. I would love a crazy twist in Scream where it turns out that the protagonist was a ghost face the whole time. Oh. That would be, to me, that's the best twist. If you can write something that's in plain sight the entire movie, like it's been right in front of your face the whole time, and then, oh my God, this was actually this way instead. That's the best that's the best. That is the best kind of twist, in my opinion. Oh my God. Imagine at the end of Scream 7, Sidney kills Ghostface, and then you hear, that's a wrap the whole time the franchise has been movies. I would hate this, but imagine the outrage. Oh, the outrage would be there, for sure. People would be pissed off. People would be pissed about that, I think, so. Oh my God. A lot of people talk about that scenario with Scream. You know, it's so meta to the point, like, is it going to get to that? Is it going to get to the point where it's just like layers and layers and layers and layers of meta? Scream 4 kind of dives into that a touch. A lot more than just a touch, maybe even. And I would say that you got to do meta humor in little doses. Like, if you give me a fucking a fistful, we're talking about fists, so we might as well keep that a theme. If you give me 2 fistfuls of sugar and you throw them at my face, it's going to be way too fucking much. But if you glaze a salmon with a little bit of something sweet, ooh, okay. Hey, I like that. I like that little touch of sweetness to it. But you can't overdo it, or it gets a little too sweet. It gets a little too much. And then you just want to throw up, because too much candy makes you want to throw up. Don't do that. Don't eat too much candy. There's got to be a serving size for that stuff, or else it's too much. So meta humor, sugar, same thing, in my opinion. Ooh, you liked Barbarian? Good. 10 p.m. screening alone. So I saw it with my buddy the first time, and then I saw, I literally bought the tickets to the next showing, because I'm like, this is fucking fantastic. I saw the next showing at like 9:30. I saw like a 7 o'clock, 6:20. I can't remember. But then I saw a 9:30 showing like in an almost empty theater. There was like 2 people besides me. Terrifying. Oh, it was even good on the second watch too. Like even after knowing everything, fucking sick. Ty, I love that part too. But let's give it just a little longer before we do spoilers. Just I know that's not that big of a spoiler. Not that big of a spoiler, Ty, obviously not, but let's give it a little longer before we start talking spoilers about Barbarian. It's only been out for 1 weekend, so Fuck, that movie was insane though. Ty, I love that part though. I know exactly what you're talking about. Good stuff. That was an idea for Scream the series. One of the writers said an idea would have been them wrapping up the series and the actors being killed one by one. Yeah, I don't know about that. I see the angle, but it's just like that. Like I think you gotta know when it's like, you gotta know when something's too meta. You gotta know when you're getting overboard with it. Yeah. Not too much to elaborate there. When something's just too much of a spoiler, it's too much. It's too much. Don't make it too much. What would you think of a Scream twist that plays with the franchise disbelief? Something like the killer tricking the protagonist into thinking Stu is alive or resurrected as a cover-up. I 100% think that would be great because there's so many things that we're expecting from a Scream film. You have to, like, especially with the 6th entry in the franchise. They have, like, the thing about the Scream movies, I will never get off this hill because I genuinely think it's so important to this franchise's health, to keeping it alive longer. Because we've essentially done almost the same thing in all 5 movies. You almost always have 2 killers. You almost always have big exposition with an opening scene. Scream 5 is the first movie to really start to fuck around with that, to really start to break the rules that the first 4 movies keep intact. You don't kill legacy characters. You have a shocking opening kill. You have 2 killers for the most part. I would argue Angelina's a killer in 3, but that's just my conspiracy theory. You got to start fucking with that in the 6th entry to your series, you know? I 100% agree with this, Gangster Bro. I think that they absolutely should play around with this. They should make us think something's about to happen, like a Stu reveal, and then something else happens. 100% agree. I think that they should totally do that. It's to me, it's to the point where if they don't touch on that even more in Scream 6, they fiddle with the idea a little bit in Scream 5. If they don't fuck around more with that in Scream 6, I don't know, man. That's like, if I was in charge, that would be my number one thing. I would be like, we have to fuck with fan expectations because they're going into this expecting 2 killers. Let's have just 1. Let's have just 3. Just 3. Let's have 3. And have one of them die halfway through. Let's do something ridiculously unexpected. Fuck with the formula, man. That is going to lead to a very successful standout film, in my opinion. As long as it's focused and purposeful. You can't just not have an opening kill in the movie. That would be stupid. Have a purpose, I guess is my point. Have a purpose to do something different. Find something you want to change in the franchise and do it differently. I love Cotton Weary. I think he's such an underrated character. I totally agree, Ren. I would love to see Cotton back. Obviously, he's very dead, but if we could bring back, honestly, this is a character that doesn't get talked about enough. If we could bring back a character, I would personally bring back Randy, but Cotton Weary's an underrated little kind of antagonist in this franchise. I'm almost kind of sad he died in 3. Kind of wish we could have seen more. I got to make a video on this, Jeremy. I'll give you my thoughts on it eventually, but just kind of sum it up. I'm definitely interested. I am absolutely interested, but I don't know how they can make a sequel to that movie at all. I got to read more about what Kevin Smith has, what he wants to do, I guess. Scoopex, what's up? How's it going? Saying Barbarian was really good, but there's a row of 12-year-old. Who the fuck is bringing their 12-year-olds to this movie? What the hell? Behind me, and they were being so annoying that it was almost unbelievable. Probably gonna go watch it again. Thoughts on rude moviegoers? Oh, they can absolutely fuck off, Scoopex. I'm gonna be honest. I don't get it. It's one thing to be on your phone if you have to send an important text message. That's not that big of a deal, whatever. But if you're going to fucking talk through a movie at the movie theaters, you might as well just not be there. Just wait until it comes out. A lot of people are there to, I bring friends with me to the movie, but I don't talk with them as the movie goes on. I am wholeheartedly focused on the movie and I'm paying money for it. Why would you talk through it? I'll never make sense of it. This happened to me the first time I saw Midsummer. I actually had to shush the people in front of me. I hate doing that, but it was getting ridiculous. Bunch of teenagers in front of me. God. What the fuck, man? It's come on, guys. This is a really cool thing that's happening in front of us. We had to pay money to be here. This is exciting. New movie. Let's focus on that, and then we can bullshit about it afterwards. So I'm really sorry you had that experience, Scoopex. I would recommend going to see it again. Get a better experience at the theater. It's a phenomenal movie. I had a blast with it. So much fun. I was really lucky to see it in a somewhat empty theater, which was cool. It was weird. I bought tickets for, I've never had this happen to me, by the way. I wanted to bring this up. For the first screening of it that I saw at 7-ish Thursday night, I bought back row tickets. I almost always sit in the back row or like the middle of the theater. I just like the back row. I don't know. It's just like, I don't like sitting too close up. I like sitting as far back as possible at the movie theaters. I don't know why. I don't know. Middle or the very back. But the entire back row was bought out. I have never seen this in my entire life. Like, I mean, the theater was empty except for the back row. So me and my buddy George, we ended up like moving a couple rows ahead because we're like, no one else is here. No one else showed up during the movie either. It was just the back row, like lined with people, and no one else moved. We were the only ones to move. I'm like, hey, your loss. You know, fuck it. We'll take up a whole row to ourselves. It was kind of nice, honestly. I had like 2 seats to myself. I had like my popcorn on one side, fucking thing. It was one of those theaters where you could like lift up the middle piece and you could kind of sit on it like a couch. It was nice. Nice stuff. I was like, fuck. If you see a lot of movies too, you got to do the reward members thing. This is a little speech I'll go on. I have the Cinemark reward members. Man, that's not. It's nice. I'll tell you what. I get like a free movie ticket once a month, and like it's 20% off of all concessions, which saves me a ridiculous amount of money. So I know I said this like a really weird side tangent, but like wow, I have the cinema. So I have the Cinemark one. I go to Cinemark theaters. That's just kind of like AMC is probably number 1. I'll be honest with you, but Cinemark is what I have closest to me. I oddly enough, I don't have an AMC like anywhere near me. Like there's a really nice one, maybe an hour from my house, and I'll go there sometimes. But Cinemark is where I get the early screeners too. Typically, that's why I went through the Cinemark app. You can find like the free movies that are like early screenings of stuff there too, which is nice. So that's why I go Cinemark personally, but like AMC theaters are really nice too. And Regal, we have a Regal by us, but I just don't love, they haven't updated the seats. It's still like old school movie theater seats. And like AMC and Cinemark have like the recliners where it's like you press the buttons or whatever and it's like the thing goes up. It's nice. They don't have that at the Regal theaters by me, but I know that's different in other places. Like I've talked to people who are like, oh, I swear by Regal, they're the only places that have the nice seats. And I'm like, what? That's total opposite for me, which is so weird. So fascinating. Oh man. Okay. All right, Ren. Got to calm it there with some, got to calm down a little bit with some of those comments. My God, got to calm, got to chill out. Jesus Christ. Jonathan Patrick is saying, let's go, baby. Coming in here late, but still here. KillJoy Jake, the king of horror. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Hell yeah. Okay, so is Clerks 3 out? Like, I just have not been doing update. I've not been updated on this at all. The first Clerks is one of my all-time favorite not horror movies. One of my all-time favorite movies. I fucking love that first Clerks. Has been doing any updates on it. I gotta look this up because I am very excited for Clerks 3. Is this? Oh yeah, holy shit! There was a showing of it tonight. I missed it, but damn. Oh no, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at 7. Ooh, tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Okay. Damn, I might have to check that out. Yeah, so Carrie, there's, for me at least, there's showings for it tomorrow for Clerks 3. I'm like, shit. Okay. I might have to go see that. I might do a review of that on my second page. I love the first Clerks. Like, if you haven't seen that movie, it's fantastic. It's so goofy. If you don't like dialogue, you probably won't like it, but to me, it's some of the best dialogue I've ever seen in a movie. And that's all it is. It's really just dialogue. But it's really well written and it's so fun. The characters are so interesting. Some of the shit that gets discussed in those movies is great. Great movie to put on when if you want to get like a little bit of that, go watch a nice movie. There you go. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We're working very hard on that second channel. I only got to post one video this week, but don't worry, last week I should say, but this week that'll change. You'll see some more content on there. I have a video on Smiling Friends Season 2 going up tomorrow, so I'm really excited to talk about that. Did some little bit of research on it today. Going to do some more research tomorrow. So good stuff though. Thanks for checking out that channel though, Jeremy. That means a lot. I hope you guys are liking all the Rick and Morty stuff over there. I don't know if you guys are vibing with that. I'm going to start probably not anytime soon. I would say probably in December is when I'm going to start doing this, but I will start streaming on Movie Smoothie eventually and be talking about like adult. And I'm going to make that. I've gone through a lot of phases with Movie Smoothie, but I think the thing I'm going to focus on is adult animated shows. So I will absolutely be doing that. If you're into that, if that's like your thing, if you're like, oh, hey, I love Adult Swim and all that, like, hey, go check out Movie Smoothie. It's my second channel. It's on my channels tabs here. I'm going to start talking about, yes, Smiling Friends. They are working on a season 2, and there's some stuff talked about it already. So I'm going to kind of go over that. Just like, I'm going to do like an everything we know video on it tomorrow. I fucking love Smiling Friends. That first season was so much fun. And the Brazil episode that just got released is very silly too. So you'll see. So what I'm doing updates on over on that page is Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites, and Smiling Friends. That's like the 3 things I want to do updates on over there. But I also want to talk about the Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie coming out November 8th. Which I kind of want to do an everything we know on that too. Yeah, there's a whole new movie coming out soon, which is exciting for if you're a fan of that. So I just like, and I will absolutely talk about Robot Chicken too. That's a really good point. I really want to talk about that as well. I think something I've realized recently, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm just not into Marvel stuff anymore. It's just not I haven't seen anything that's really impressed me lately. It's just, compared to like phase 3 or anything that came before that, it just pales in comparison. So I'm just like, I don't want to do that. I just don't want to, I just don't want to do updates on those. It's just not as exciting to me anymore. So I'm going to start covering the stuff that I love. Like I think horror movies are fantastic. We're going through this wonderful renaissance of new horror. There's some great animated shows out there too that I would love to talk about. Like Rick and Morty has been fantastic. Season 6 has been amazing so far. I love Robot Chicken's hilarious. South Park is phenomenal as well. I would love to talk about, because that's another big passion of mine, is like adult animated stuff, just animated stuff in general. Like I love Studio Ghibli movies. Those are fucking amazing. So, but yeah, there's a lot of those are like my 2 big passions. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just going to make this about that. I don't want to cover Marvel stuff. Like, man, there's a lot of crap coming out from them. Hot take. I know. Hot take, but maybe Marvel will be good again eventually. I'm going to see the next Avengers movie. I will, but it's whatever. Sorry about the side tangent. We'll get back to horror. There we go. But just had to get that out there. Subscribe to Movie Smoothie. Thank you guys to everyone who has already. Lisa S throwing in $2 into the pit. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. Saying, what do you think about Ghostface versus Chucky? It's interesting. I will say that. I think that a lot of people want to see a Chucky versus movie, which totally makes sense because of how that franchise specifically can shift in tone all over the place, especially to a much more goofier thing, which I think Bride of Chucky is easily like one of the best movies in that franchise. I really enjoyed that one. So I totally understand why we want to go the versus route. I just don't know if Ghostface is the best like fit for him. I would love to see a Chucky versus movie, maybe like with I'm trying to think like what else could they do? Like Leprechaun, I feel like would be a good choice. So I could see that being the case. I would love to see a versus, like a crazy, silly versus movie with Chucky and some other entity. It's tough to pinpoint who would be his best competitor. Puppet Master, Damien's throwing out Puppet Master. That actually works for me. One franchise has made like millions and millions of dollars. The other one, not so much. But hey, regardless, an interesting competition regardless. Cool stuff though. I would love to see a Chucky versus movie though. If they ever make that happen, for sure, yes. Ghostface versus Leatherface. See who will be wearing whose face. Yeah, good point. That's so funny. Leprechaun versus Chucky would make more sense. I see that, Carrie. I feel that. Lisa, regardless though, thanks for the $2. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm excited for Devin Sawa's next role in Chucky season 2 and the season in general. Yeah, we got a big update on that. I didn't end up doing a video. I'll probably do a little. I said I wasn't gonna do this, but I might do reviews of each episode. I'm not like super pumped for it. Like I'm just from the trailers and everything we've gotten. It just seems like it's gonna be the same thing as season 1 again. I'm gonna check it out though, and you know what? I'll do my nasty reviews of it, I guess. But I hope it's good. I'm rooting for it though so much. I hope it's good. I really do. I love everyone. That's the other thing too. I love everyone involved with the whole Chucky family. I love Jennifer Tilly. The Dorifs are fantastic. Don Mancini seems like an excellent guy. It just like, to me, it's just so sci-fi. That's how I feel about the new Chucky show. Like, if you watch other sci-fi shows, like, some of them are good, I'll admit, but like the majority of them are just kind of lackluster. It just feels like another CW to me. And that's just how I feel about the Chucky show. It's got that, like, man, you can feel the low budget. I mean, okay, look, listen, you can bring up $2 million an episode. Yes, but what does that go towards? The effects and the puppets. Let's be honest. A good majority of that goes towards that. Makes sense why they have to have a higher budget with the Chucky TV show. Man, I don't know. I just wasn't super impressed with that first season. I thought there were some really high points. Like episode 5 is fucking awesome. But man, I just wasn't super impressed. I hope that season 2 is badass though. Hope it's badass. Didn't hate Child's Play 2019. I know, blasphemy. It's not an awful movie. Like I don't think it's awful. Wasn't my favorite, but I loved the kills. I think the kills were amazing. The cast was great. I think the story is a little goofy, but I didn't hate it. I just didn't think it was fantastic. That's all. I don't think Don Mancini's a big fan of it either, or Jennifer Tilly. They have been very vocal about how much they don't like it. And then Jennifer Tilly went back on that, so I don't really know how they feel about it. It's weird. It's strange. I don't know. It's a weird situation, Child's Play 2019. But I do really appreciate the kills. Like the kills, whoever fucking did the special effects for that movie, 10 out of 10. That's what I'll say. Jake, can I just say I love that you do various things here on this channel and that you're doing what you enjoy on Movie Smoothie. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Hats off, good sir. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. It means a lot. I try not to talk about just the same old thing, same thing every single day, but it's nice. It's nice being able to talk. Like, it's so cool. Like, it means you have no idea how much it means to me that I can talk about Barbarian, and that video still does well. Like, I can talk about that. It's nice. So thank you guys for humoring me on some of the weirder stuff. I promise you I would not do a whole video on something if it was like something that sucked or something that was stupid. So I always try to give you guys your money's worth in the videos. So I just appreciate the support, guys. Thank you to everybody. You guys are all awesome. But I do believe I probably am going to be wrapping up here, so I will take some last minute questions, but then I got to get peacing out because your boy is a little tired and I don't have any messages yet. I got to do something tonight as well at like 9 o'clock, but I am going to be wrapping up. Thank you guys all for hanging out with me, though. I appreciate it. This orange beanied guy just really appreciates it and loves you all. Gangster Bro is saying, is there a horror movie that legitimately scared you like every single day? Yes, I love horror. Barbarian scared the fuck out of me. Hereditary scares the fuck out of me. Evil Dead, almost all the Evil Dead movies scare the fuck out of me. I'm trying to think. What other movies really scared? The Descent. Oh, The Descent scared the fuck out of me. I gotta buy that one. I still don't have that. Need a Blu-ray or something of that one. Lot of movies scare me, honestly. I think that's why I'm so drawn to horror. Some people are like, well, it's not real. It's not scary. Okay, but like, man, a lot of movies scare me, and that's great. Takes a lot to scare me nowadays, I would say. A little harder to do, but yeah. Jonathan, I'll say this. I can't answer that because it's kind of a spoiler, but I would highly recommend checking out Barbarian in the theaters, dude. I could not recommend that more. I think it is. I think it's phenomenal. But wow, you should check it out. It's the best horror movie of the 2020s, I would say, so far. And there's been a lot of good movies in this decade, so. Do you think Halloween Ends will be kind of like a crossover movie with Michael Myers and Corey Cunningham being the main villains? It also reminds me of Freddy vs. Jason. My God, I hope not. I really hope they don't go that route. I don't want to see Corey Myers running around killing people. I think that would be a really stupid movie. Corey, to me, and I'll say this again, Corey is the catalyst to bring Laurie Strode and Michael Myers together. I really think he just steals Michael's mask. Maybe he's just obsessed with Michael Myers. Maybe he's trying to kill Michael Myers. Maybe something happened to him. We'll get a flashback scene. I don't know. But I really don't think Corey's going to be running around killing people like how many people are speculating. I don't see how that would be good. I feel like that would just suck. I think Corey's just going to bring the two entities together, and that's going to be it. Hopefully. I hope they haven't fucked it up. But we'll have to see. Was there a movie that you hated when you first watched it, but later Yes. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is maybe the biggest example of that. I hated it the first time I watched it, but I recently had to rewatch it for a stream I did with Gory B Movie and Drum Dums, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but all of them were fantastic. Loved talking with them on that stream. Check out Gory B Movie's page, by the way, if you have not. I hated Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 the first time I watched it, but watching it again from the perspective of, I just went into it as an original Rob Zombie movie. That's how I watched it, and it is way more enjoyable that way. If you don't look at the main character as Laurie Strode, if you don't look at the main at Dr. Loomis as Dr. Loomis, this is just an asshole guy who wrote a story about something and is making money off of it. That's how you gotta look. That's how you have to look at Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 that way. Otherwise, I think it blows by comparison. And I understand that. But for what it is, it's a really special little fun and different movie in the franchise, I think. So I love it now. I would give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10, honestly. Oh, Blake, that's really tough. Because honestly, like, when I came out of Hereditary, it was like life-changing for me. And Barbarian, kind of the same way. I think everything Hereditary does is just, it's so much tougher to set up, I think. Well, actually, that's, oh, fuck, I'd have to think about that. Because Barbarian is also not an easy setup either. And I actually detail that in my review. But man, Hereditary to me is just like one of those special once in a decade horror movies. You don't get those all the time. It's the same thing with Barbarian. It's just a really special little flick where everything works. Everything is so focused. Same thing with Hereditary. It's such a focused movie setting up a just destructive fucking ending. That's so cool. So cool. Such good movies there. So both films are great though. I love both. I'd really have to think about which one I like better. It's really tough. I love both so much. Like, they are both 10 out of 10 amazing flicks. So Martyrs truly messed with me, and Megan is Missing. I just couldn't get into Megan is Missing, and I still haven't seen the Martyrs remake, but I hear that's pretty good. So I'll have to check it out. I've seen I believe I've seen the original if I'm thinking about the right one, but I can't remember. Oh my God, and Lee's here. Welcome. Thanks for coming in last minute. We appreciate it. Thank you. Carter throwing in a last minute $10. I appreciate that, Carter. Thank you so much for the big super chat. I spent 6 hours in the ER today waiting for my stitches to be removed. And 6 hours. Oh my God, what the fuck? And now I'm curious why there aren't more psychological horror films taking place in just the lobby of an ER. You know what, man? I mean, there's a reason why, there's a reason why, you know, got a really funny comment. There's a reason why we have a lot of horror movies set in a hospital. I mean, it's a really scary place. If you have to go to the hospital, it's terrifying. I'm the guy who was complaining about too many hospital settings in horror movies earlier this year, but man, it's good stuff. So some good stuff. Matt, thank you for the comment, but I love all my brothers in the Lethal Collective. I love all those guys so much. It means a lot to me, but I appreciate the comment regardless. I think there's good intentions behind that. I appreciate it. But, well, my train of thought's all over the place, but thank you guys so much for everything. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Carter, especially Carter and Jason, everybody who threw, Lisa, everybody who threw in a little super chat. I just appreciate you guys so much. Carrie too. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. The support means a lot. Much love to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful Monday night, and I hope the rest of your week goes very well. Don't forget, we have Pearl coming out this weekend, and I'll have a review of that Friday. If there's any other updates, of course, on Halloween, whatever, throughout the week, I will be talking about that for sure. I don't know if we'll get any Scream updates this week, but we'll have to see. I'm just, regardless, I'm just excited. So really good stuff coming in the future. Holy shit, guys. We're just getting into all the crazy horror movies. Some of the best ones probably coming out this year. So we have a lot of good stuff in the future. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off, but I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. It just means a lot. So thanks, guys, and have a nice night. Don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.